What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Don't say fucking hey, Oifik.
Yeah.
Don't.
I'm gonna do it anyways. Hello, everyone.
I fucking hate you.
My name is Oifik, and I got a question for you all. Many of us are in our 30s right now, and at some point, we have to reach 40. I'm gonna reach 40 in 9 years, and my friend over here is gonna reach 40 in
10.
10 years.
We're not friends.
Yeah, we are.
We're not.
She begged to be on this.
Ew.
Who are you?
You begged for me to
That's
be
not
this.
true. That's not true.
It's true.
That's not true. We're doing this. It's a testimony to our friendship, and it's a big topic that we're all going to be faced with at some point, hitting 40. So
In a decade.
In a decade. Who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
Hey guys.
I'm Oifik.
Hi, I'm Barbara, and you can find me on Bumble.
Nadia, thank you very much for being here.
Hey,
Yeah. We met on Bali last year. We had a lot of fun together, and we involuntarily stayed in touch with each other. And we talked.
Involuntarily?
Yeah.
Sure?
AKA you bother me, and I have to reply and supply you
sure.
with way better memes.
Sure, thank you.
We talk a lot. I think on average we
Not
talk.
enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
But recently we started talking about the topic of getting older, right? I thought that was an interesting topic to converse with you about. Anyway, my mom always tells me, Oifik, when in doubt, life starts at 40.
Okay.
Do you think that's true?
I think my life already started when I was born. But I feel like 40 is an age that I can't wait to get to.
Why?
Because I love gray hair. I've been getting them. So I feel like at 40 I'll get more.
It's kind of inevitable at some point, right?
No.
Unless you're, you shave your head like I do.
Put that away.
It's giving Vin Diesel.
Put that away.
It's giving Fast and Furious.
Put that away.
What are you looking forward to the most when you get to 40?
I recently started this thing where I get like a new tattoo every time I hit like a
certain age.
In Indonesia, if it's like when you're 20, you're like kepala dua, and when you're 30, you're kepala tiga, and if you're 40, you're like kepala empat. So it feels like with every 10 years you add like one head to your shoulders.
That's what it means?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So I just got my kepala tiga tattoo on my 30th, so I really can't wait to get my 40th because I really want to see what it looks like and what I learned so far, because I feel like with my kepala tiga tattoo it was like quite monumental and it was sweet. And
right.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that. But I never really like plan what I'm gonna do in the next 10 years. Like, who does that?
How was hitting 30 for you? For me, honestly, like it was just getting from 29 to 30.
I felt old going out.
Really?
Yeah, like I think it's also because of the pandemic. Like I just stayed home. I love being a homebody. Like when it was like the lockdown.
I told you
period.
the other day, right? Like going out is overrated. Like in general.
True.
All you need is a PlayStation, a TV,
No.
and TikTok.
All you need is The Sims 4. I felt old going out not only because the people that I see there are like literal children,
Right.
like in school,
Yeah.
like literally, what do you do? Oh my god, like I'm working on my semester exam, whatever the fuck,
Right.
and I'm like, that's like a decade ago for me, you know.
Yeah.
But also it's kind of like the party scene got boring, and then like the conversations that are there like also kind of like getting
Yeah, it's kind of getting shallow, right?
Yeah, but then again, is the crowd getting shallower or am I getting deeper?
No. We're just, you know what? I
feel like I'm still shallow though.
No, it's okay. Like
I love shallow
we're always going to
conversations.
be shallow, but it's just that, especially when it comes to like time expenditure, you start to become more critical as you get older.
True.
Because whether you like it or not, like we are getting tired faster and stuff, and you've kind of seen everything like at some point. So
True.
even now, like if I like go to a festival or go to a party or whatever, I honestly like I grab an imaginary list and I take boxes. Like, is this party worth it? Okay, Burna Boy is coming. Check. Do I think that people are going to be nice? Check.
Okay.
Do I envision myself staying here for more than 5 hours? Check.
Oh, okay.
And if it doesn't tick any of those boxes, I'll just stay at home and play God of War. Like that's
so
it.
3.
Yeah, pretty much. It changes every time, but
Yeah.
those are like the three.
I do
like,
agree with like the first two because I feel like it's like that as well. Like, who am I
Right.
seeing, and then like, what's the vibe gonna be like?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not gonna see my people, then I'm just gonna like not
Gotcha.
attend.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and sleep.
Do you think getting to 40 has become harder because of recent years?
I just turned 30, Oifik.
Yeah, but I'm asking you
don't
about
know.
40. No. You're going to think. I want your honest opinion. You're a smart girl, I think.
This is gonna sound a bit grim, but like I didn't think I'd make it to 30, but I made it. Ah!
Why?
But it's kind of
What happened?
like
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. I think I was just like low key depressed, but I don't really show it.
Right.
I can't. Like I don't know how to express it, but
Okay.
now I'm here, and I'm always like a happy-go-lucky type of person, which I kind of just like breeze through life.
Got you.
And that's why I feel like all the choices that I've made, everything's been like low risk for me. Even if people see like, oh, that's like a non-conventional way of like making a living or like having a career or like go about your day. But I feel like those are just like low risk for me.
Yeah.
So I don't really think ahead too much. If I were to go to like a fucking job interview and they're like asked like, so how do you see yourself in 5 years, I'll just say I don't know. I just make stuff up all the time, so I'll just like bullshit my answer. But truth is, I'd be like probably still doing the same shit but with more money.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it's gonna happen.
I think the road to 40 definitely became harder, or it changed in a fairly short amount of time, and I think it's based on a few topics which I would love to talk to you about. Kids, career, there's sustainability, and there's ownership.
Oh yeah.
Ownership is a big one, actually.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Do you want kids?
No,
Why not?
not right now. Again, I don't see my life planned out for the next 5 years, so I don't know if I'm gonna change my mind tomorrow or I'm gonna change my mind in 10 years. But I feel like having kids, again, I think it kind of also relates to like ownership. Because it feels like when you have kids, it's like, oh, you own kids.
Right.
But then again, you're just like bringing another life into this world.
Yeah.
And like, do you know how to take care of them?
Yeah.
Do we have like a guideline? Like, are these being taught in schools? Do your parents actually taught you
Got you. Yeah.
exactly what to do? Meanwhile, I feel like a lot of millennials nowadays, they also kind of entering 30, I think they realize, oh shit, I gotta take care of myself. Do I really know how to take care of myself? Is this how I properly take care of myself? If I can't really have a grasp on that, then how am I gonna take care of another fucking being?
I'm not sure if it's my intuition or it's because of like the proliferation of bad things that have subsequently happened like over the past few years, but I definitely feel like it's a rather recent collective mindset that we kind of share, especially when it comes to like conscious living and having kids and whatnot. If you look back, like maybe 20, 25 years ago or something, you know, birth rates, I think all around the world were significantly higher. So I think the choice of having a kid became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Reason why I still ask, like even if like you don't know for sure, like you don't plan your life ahead, that's fine. But I know that if I look at my environment, if I look at my group of friends, like some of them, like they have like stellar thoughts about having a kid. I see myself as a daddy. I want to like go to the park with my kids.
I like daddies.
I want to give them an iPad and then stuff like that. You know, the beauty of having a kid, which I can imagine. But if I look at myself, and that is, you know, at the same time an answer to my own question, I am not too fond of the idea of kids. But it's not because of kids. It's because of parents.
So you don't want to become a parent.
Yeah,
a parent that you hate.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? Shout out parents. Shout out my parents. Shout out your
Shout out my parents.
Are your parents nice? There's an interview that I watched. It was with a Dutch filmmaker who was unfortunately killed, I think like 20 years ago. His name is Theo van Gogh. He's related to Van Gogh, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was, I thought he was a prolific interviewer. And one time he interviewed like one of our biggest show hosts, and his name is Jeroen Pauw. And this guy was always known as this lady killer, right?
Okay.
So I remember when I was a kid, I saw this article dubbing Jeroen Pauw slept with over 200 women. I was like, all right, holy crap. But at some point, Theo van Gogh was always known as this controversial interviewer, right? But he's a dad. And there's one thing he couldn't wrap his head around, and that is, why don't you want kids? And Jeroen Pauw said, it's not because I hate kids. You can't blame kids for anything. They're kids, right?
Yeah.
It's parents. Not all of them, but, you know, a lot of them, they turn into these weird, stumbling creatures that all of a sudden act so out of character, which it makes sense. It's your kid. Like, you want to prevent it from having, like, facing danger and stuff like that. And a kid, I truly believe that, is an extension of yourself. I mean, self-sacrifice is great, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ.
So I feel like a lot of parents when they have kids, they're kind of like confronted directly by the fact that like they've gone through so much experiences, so much from life, like so much, I guess, like suffering or like bad choices.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
You become out of character because you tried so much to protect this like new being to not go through that. But at the same time, they don't even know what to do with themselves either because they're not dead after this kid was born.
Absolutely.
They have to nurture them.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck, how do I like divide still taking care of myself, but also this little being that's literally like a fucking blank canvas.
Right.
I just don't want them to end up like I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to tell them what I went through or what I did that I think was wrong.
Right.
I think that's why a lot of parents are like, they fall out of character because they just don't know what to do. Even though, like, you know, there are a lot of like parenting prep or like pregnancy like courses or whatever. It's all gone when the baby's born.
It's the craziest thing ever. I talked about it with a friend of mine, I think a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what? If there's like ever a guideline to parenthood, there'd have to be a reprint every second.
Yeah, because priorities change. How the world work also change.
Yeah, absolutely.
So of course you don't know what to do. You never know what to do. Mm-hmm. What do you do with a fucking kid?
Yeah.
My best friend, we just found out that she was pregnant when we were in Tokyo.
Oh, really?
They've been trying since
Congratulations.
the
Holy
first day of their marriage.
Right,
Like, they've been
right,
trying IVF and stuff.
Yeah. Have you
was
talked to
like-
them, like, out of curiosity, because they've been, like, through pandemic, they've been through, like, skyrocketing inflation rates, everything is expensive, everything sucks right now. Have you talked to them about that?
But what?
Well, I mean, like, the choice of having a kid in a world that's perpetually going darker.
I don't want
To some extent.
Okay. I think there's always like a different scale of perspective when it comes to kids.
Oh, yeah,
because,
absolutely, of course.
of course, like by proximity, I feel like having a kid for them is really personal.
Yeah.
Because my best friend in particular, she's an only child and she feels like, no, I want to have a big family.
Got you. Yeah.
I always get emotional talking about this because I know how much they actually work hard to get pregnant.
Yeah.
It didn't change how I see kids, or like it didn't change how I want kids or not.
Yeah.
But I told my best friend who was like at that time like struggling, I was like, I would sign contracts and go through all the fucking like
Shit.
to be your surrogate if you need one.
Oh, wow. That's big. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Really?
Like that. Like with my face all red and hot and like crying, like full of snot and shit.
Yeah.
Like I was video calling her.
Oh, my God.
I had that realization because like there's a different, as women, I feel like there's, you get to realize there's a difference between not wanting it while you kind of know that you might be able to.
Yeah.
And then you find out you want it, and then you literally cannot.
It's a big paradox, you know.
It's fucking insane.
It is, and it's for women. It's even more impactful, obviously, for a lot of like biological reasons. And
Exactly,
whatnot.
and like most of the time, if not all the time, then like because like all the womb owners, like we would be carrying those new babies, right?
Right.
So we have like a lot not at stake, but like, and also not responsibility, but kind of it's kind of up to us.
Right.
But it's not like a big scale responsibility. It's like a very personal responsibility, but it takes up like most of your life even.
I like that the debate is normalizing, though. I have a few friends who are like principally against kids. Like they just don't want anything to do with kids.
And they say it out loud?
Yeah, they say it out loud. And it's always met with misunderstanding and misconception and but you have a healthy uterus, you know, like that you have like the capability of doing something that so many others don't. But it's like why would you like why would you, like that's,
I
you're
literally
not helping anyone with that.
It's like bad vegans, okay? They're just projecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everything that's like very much intrusive and like maksa, it's like very much projection.
Can you stay child free here in Indonesia? How is society looking?
There was
on
like
that?
like a content creator saying like, yeah, being child free is like my choice, blah blah blah, and then like all the people that have nothing to do with her, they're like, oh, you're so selfish. Like, how could you? Like, you're married already. Like, you have a good life, you have a good house, and you don't want to have kids. And then it kind of like the topic got like blown out of proportions.
Right.
But I think that's one of the examples of you don't have to say everything out loud.
Yeah, it does. Though I think it's kind of inherent to getting older. Like, it starts to become a more common topic of discussion. Like, as you converse with friends and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But just like keep it at friend's length.
No, yeah,
like,
of course. But you'll find that everyone has like strong ass opinions on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's your friends or coworkers or whatever.
Yeah.
Once the ball actually starts rolling and the topic is being discussed, there's people like in Camp A or Camp B, or like you have some sort of middle ground somewhere down the road, probably. Do you think? For like the naysayers, right? So people who are like, you know what? I don't want to raise a kid in a time like this, and I'd be lying if I say that wasn't at least like part of my argument as like not wanting kids or like not being interested in them. Are we blaming kids?
No. I think it's the other way around. We're kind of blaming our parents, no?
Yeah. I hope we do.
Like,
those kids don't have anything to do with it.
We're just like projecting traumas and like all the shit that we didn't get as a child, and then like, no kids because my parents treat me badly. You know?
It'd be pretty funny though if a grown ass man just starts blaming a kid. Like, this is all your fault.
I feel like I see you doing that.
I think I would.
I see you doing that.
I
see you doing
I would.
That. I feel like you'd do it literally after this.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
On the road, in the middle of the street.
No, man. Like, listen. Kids are polarizing to me. Either they love me or they cannot stand me. And I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
Can you wager a guess?
First of all, you're a man. Second of all...
oh, here we go. Okay. Patriarchy. Operators laughing. Sure. Go ahead. Okay, patriarchy. Let's start there. Okay,
no,
patriarchy.
It's not about patriarchy.
Okay.
It's about literally you're a man.
Okay, yeah.
And...
What's wrong with that? I have a beard. I'm furry, like...
Well...
Winnie the Pooh is furry?
Yeah. Oh, but you can't see it in animation.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
It's just giving Disney.
It's giving observant. It's giving Robin Hood.
No, but okay, for real. Like, what could it be? Like, okay, I'm a guy, and then what? I can't, like,
That's
help
it.
That. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Great.
No. Awesome. I feel like kids are attracted to, like, an energy.
What are you trying to say?
That you got baby energy.
What does that mean?
You're weak.
Shout out to kids, man.
Shout out to women.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
What do you own?
You.
It's the button up and the glasses, right?
No, actually.
It's not any of those.
It's the I don't know what it is.
Can you please answer the question? What do you own in terms of like anything? Could be stocks, could be real estate. Do you have a car?
No.
Is that your jacket?
No, I'm just a woman in this society. Like, a woman is not supposed to own
Can a manly
anything.
man help me out, please?
I need a man to help me sign papers so I can own something.
My think is not thinking.
My brain, where is it? My brain's not braining.
You know what? I talk about it a lot of times with people, right? I'm starting to become a man who's got nothing left to lose. Like, honestly, I'm getting
because
to
you
that
don't
point.
own anything.
I don't own shit, bro. I don't own shit. I have my whole I have this hat. I have my glasses.
You have this shirt.
I have this shirt, which I'm very happy
since Bali
with.
as well.
Yes. It's a day one.
I feel like your suitcase or your backpack
It's
it
just
just consists
this
of this and the blue one and the shorts and the shorts.
It is the shorts. No, it's not the same. No.
It's another one. It's kind of blue.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's a striped one, but I get where you're going.
But you changed your glasses because you upgraded.
I sat on them. Like, I'm not even joking.
So, do you like to sit on things? So,
do your friends like own stocks, whatever, stuff like that, real estate? Like, that's,
you do, right?
I do, but it's crypto. I don't consider crypto stocks. Like,
Same.
honestly, it's just playing around and hoping for the best. Really,
it's just like a meme for like grown up boys to kind of like play around because they feel like Legos are so boring, man. Like, what?
Yeah, let's go for crypto.
Like, let's go for like fucking bro. Yeah. Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
I love Doja Cat, bro.
Yeah. Trying to indulge.
Love her. Yeah. But wait, what?
What?
Recently?
What was that?
Just recently.
I have no idea.
You're gonna
What are you
indulge
talking
in
about?
Doja
Do you own a
Cat?
house?
Or like a cat.
Do you own a house, car, something like that?
I don't like cats. I don't
Not
own a
owning
house.
anything sucks. I said it. There you go. Not owning anything sucks.
Okay.
It really does.
What do you want to own?
I think I'd like to at least own a house. But it's
Where?
purely for... Durban, South Africa. Yeah, I've been there. It's great. Yeah. And I'm happy you say this because I've been thinking about like the topic of ownership because of a friend of mine who passed away earlier this year.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. His 33 years old. His name is Charlie, and he was the owner of a travel agency in the Netherlands, or actually Nairobi, I should say,
Okay.
Kenya. And this guy, he was all about business, but at the same time, he really promoted the idea of a minimalist lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm. So Japan.
Yeah, well, and at the same time, it engenders this idea of like you can be happy in life, and at the same time, like stick to like the bare minimum. But I think just if you look at maybe like the economy at large, and again, like I already touched upon, like how things have all of a sudden skyrocketed in terms of like prices and whatnot. You know, things have become more expensive. I figured that, especially since the pandemic, people have been actively looking for ventures to guarantee them like some sort of income.
Yeah,
because nothing is guaranteed.
It was
I saw
so-
people sitting comfort ass in their seats, and they were like, okay, this is cool, I got like a contract for an indefinite contract, and they were, you know, like they were austerity away, like budget cuts, whatever, you know, nothing is certain anymore. So I think people 30 to 40, and maybe even before that, they have been like actively looking for ways to like at least like guarantee like some sort of safety net, right? How does that look like for you?
I took it literally. I actually got like a corporate job because I need that stability. I need that certainty. I'm paying for like the place,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I started like the down payment, whatever the fuck, like when I was still working at an office.
Right.
And then I figured like I want to do something else. I feel like I wasn't like growing the way that I wanted to. In this company and in this team. So I quit because I feel like, well, I can do music.
Yeah.
And then 3 months in, it was almost my birthday. I was supposed to play a gig on my birthday.
Yeah.
Lockdown on the exact date. And so...
Oh, really?
So I had no stage, no whatever the fuck, no income.
Nothing. Yeah.
I only had like a safety net of like a modeling gig that I did for the first time.
Right.
That's for like the body shop, which is great.
Got you.
But I only had that.
Yeah.
For like the rest of the year, 2020.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful and grateful, and I feel like super #blessed to like stay at my parents because
awesome.
I didn't have to like put or like spend more money on like
It's
accommodation
happening
and
way
shit,
more.
right?
People are moving back to their parents, or they're staying longer.
Yeah, because like
Shout
that's,
out parents.
Yeah,
I
that's
apologize
been
for what I
2020.
said just now. I love parents. They are. Yeah. I'm in the wrong. Go ahead.
You mean like the boomer parents?
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Shout out to boomers.
My dad's old, dude.
My dad's old,
How old is he?
almost 60.
Okay, mine's 76.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, are you like the eldest?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a long story.
okay, it's okay. You don't have to tell me. I don't want to know.
All right.
But I think that's why I kind of dabbled, like making content online. I started with an online charity show.
Really?
Yeah. So because of the lockdown in 2020, there was like BLM happening, and then like my friend who runs like a yayasan, apa sih bahasa Inggrisnya? Like
We'll run it through Google Translate. Go on.
something.
Yeah.
Something. Like a foundation.
Right. Okay.
Like a foundation for like kids education.
Yeah.
So she's running that. She has a school and a library in
Right.
Sumba.
Yeah.
I was like, can I help out one of your schools that are like literally struggling with, you know, just teaching because
Right.
of the lockdown, because of the, you know, fucking pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of ran a program where I would invite my musician friends.
Yeah.
We get on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
We would each like perform like 3 songs, and then we'd put like a QR code so people could like transfer their donations, because this money would go to these schools
How did that go?
in Sumba. It went really well.
Wow, crazy.
It went really well. I held it twice a month, and then I think some like small media picked it up. Like, oh, Good Music for Good by Sailor Money, blah blah blah. And I was like, that's cool. And then my dad saw it. He knows I had no fucking money, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass adult with
Yeah.
no job, basically. I just
Right.
quit my fucking corporate job.
Right.
No money. And then he was like, oh, you did the charity thing, huh? Like, cause like my guitarist was like coming over, like playing guitar for me, blah blah blah.
Got you.
And he's like, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. I cried for 2 days.
I thought the story was going to end with him sending you a lot of money. But
No. We were all struggling, babes. I mean, I wish that was like,
yeah, bro.
that was like the
it.
ideal.
Like my dad, yeah, I don't know. That's cool though. Yeah.
I feel like more than anything, if he gave me money, I would just like spend it on like a useless shit, like a new mic and everything. But anyway,
You know what?
no, I'm not finished.
No, you're not. You are.
Can men just
No.
not let women
Listen.
finish?
I want to touch
Like,
upon this to bring it
This
back
is
to
the
this
main
topic.
problem.
Ownership. Everything you built up in terms of
This
like
is
your
the start. This was the start of my ownership of like my platform. Also, seriously speaking, though, I feel like that one whole "I'm proud of you" moment from my dad
right.
is kind of like my fuel until now
Really?
to like get shit done. And then I kind of like realized like owning this property, like the apartment, the place that I'm kind of like paying for.
Yeah.
That's also like from him, because I feel like he pushed me to kind of like make a deal. Hey, you should own property as an investment. This will be good for you in the long run.
Right.
At that time, I was like, you know what? I got a stable job. I can pay every month.
Right.
Right? And then I quit my job.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, can you pay for it? I'm like, yes. Because I only had like really limited income. All my savings would go to this like apartment installment, basically.
Do you rely on your dad for financial advice and stuff? It's okay to say yes.
Ideally, he wants it to be like that.
Yeah.
But I go to my friends first.
Why?
I don't know why. Because my friends are like homeowners.
Yeah, fair enough.
But then again,
But with age comes experience, right?
yeah. But then I do turn to him now.
Right.
Because like, I've never even, this is how bad my life was. I have never saved up a single rupiah when I was working a
Same
corporate
here.
job. But
Not a single rupiah.
But now,
Euro, by the way.
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
But now, I think it's because of the pandemic as well. I feel like, no. You gotta prioritize, like, literally every single rupiah that you make.
Do you still do it?
I still do it. I have, like, a bunch of different pockets for, like, everything. Now.
Oh, wow. You actually do budgeting.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Living at home makes me save a lot of money.
That's the biggest crock of bullshit ever. I
But-
hate it when people say that.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
it
like,
could be true.
It could be true. Again, it depends. It depends on the context.
Yeah,
But
it does.
yeah.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
sure. Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
What are you doing career-wise? What are you? What are you? You mentioned singing. You mentioned...
I can never point it out. I
feel like you do everything.
I always rely on my manager to give that like label under my name. Like
She has a manager. She's being managed. You're a musician and you host a lot of stuff and you make a lot of media. That's pretty much it, right? In a nutshell.
Yeah, and I run a mental health community.
Are you happy with what you do?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, what's happiness?
I mean, you tell me.
No, I feel
Is
like
it being able to do whatever you want?
It's not that. I feel like if you ask any Indonesian, I feel like they would say I'm happy. But doing what I do now, it's kind of just like managing stress, but the results always makes me feel fulfilled,
Right.
and it keeps me going.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important right now.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Enough about you. The point of a conversation is that you ask me the same. Come on.
Are you happy?
I am. But ask me what I do.
Are you a virgin?
You know what? I decided to become one again.
Oh, nice.
Ask me what I do besides being a virgin
What
again.
do you do
I'm
as a
officially
virgin?
again. What
do you do as a virgin?
I'm a photographer and I
Wait, no.
make
Before that,
videos.
you weren't a photographer.
I
first.
like doing photography. I like doing videos and stuff. It's great. It's a lot of fun. But I have the feeling everyone else is doing the same. So I'm pretty much
You're
in
a
international
podcaster.
waters. No, I'm not. I'm just a guy who.
You're Andrew Tate.
I infotain.
You're so smart.
I
I
tried.
didn't actually catch what he said, but that's
I
just
said
my
info.
fault.
Okay, fine, whatever. How important is your career for you?
Support myself.
Will you do this at 40 as well?
Yeah. I have a mic at home.
Dare I ask?
I have two actually.
What do you do with it?
I sing.
I have a 3-year-old sense of humor.
I
I'm sorry.
record VOs and shit like that. But I think at 40 I'll still be doing. I'll still dabble in this industry or just like realm of like field of work,
Got you, yeah.
but just in a managing or like a directing type.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
cool.
I can't always like execute everything every time because it gets tiring. I just wanna sleep in a bed of cash with my sugar daddy. Sorry.
But we have like 1.25 million entrepreneurs now. Like people are
That's
just
nice.
one-man armies.
Dude, but like, okay, because of the pandemic, people
Yeah.
literally just like become entrepreneurs, which
Yeah.
is great. Because like, I don't know how the scene is in whichever country that you come from, but like in
Spain.
Indonesia, Spain.
Yeah.
But in Jakarta, in Indonesia, there are a lot of like local brands
Right.
that are like literally flourishing, and I'm so happy we went from like, let's talk like beauty because I'm a woman, I only know makeup. From like
I can't
makeup
tell.
and skincare. I fucking hate you.
I'm sorry. She's misogynist. Not kidding.
Help me, mom.
I'm sorry. No, go on. You know what was that? You dropped. Okay. We're talking about beauty care and skincare and stuff.
Oh yeah, those things that you'll never know because you're a man. But
Hey, I use facials. I do facials.
love it. It's really cute to see like even even boomers are like changing their mindsets about like how to get money, how to sustain a family, how to sustain like a household and stuff like that. But it's cute. Do you feel like as a business owner, like
It's a stretch, but go on.
you're happy?
I have a website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
As a website owner,
www.headspacestation.no.
do you think you're an entrepreneur that's kind of like thriving and everything in this economy of like
No, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all. It's trying. It's the cool thing about this is that once you actually take that step of becoming an entrepreneur, there's no way back.
yeah
Because for every down, there's also an up. And the ups actually taste really, really, really good.
what does it taste like?
Well, it tastes like, oh, I can arrange my own schedules. Like I actually have the freedom to like work with whoever I want. The problem is once you're actually trying to embed yourself in whatever industry, you can't. You don't have the liberty of working with whoever you
Right.
want or whatever, right? It's a double-edged sword. It's a mixed bag. But at the same time, the benefits are that big that you it's easy to take the bad things for granted. But you know, like even oftentimes when I talk to like my other like filmmaker buddies or photographers or whatever, we find ourselves to be like at this weird crossroad every time of like, okay, where do I go from here, right? So it's not like you at some point reach this weird level of equilibrium where you're like, okay, everything makes sense now. I'm fine. I got this going next week. I got that going next week.
Yeah, nothing's ever fine.
Especially the first. I'm in my 3rd year now, but dude, I'm telling you, like, it's fucking like a roller coaster ride would
Nice.
not do it justice. I'm not joking.
Okay.
But you kind of have to. I mean, you got to do something. It's either this or become a rapper or a basketball player or something like
Wait,
that. You know
you
what?
rap?
No, I don't. I don't play basketball too. I like Géé-ma-oo-dt though. Do you know who Géé-ma-oo-dt is?
No.
It's a parade in my city, yeah.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah!
Okay.
Yeah. I don't promote guns, by the way. If I'm 40, honestly, I see myself still like being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, because like once you're an entrepreneur,
You can't go back.
you're always an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but you can't go back. You always like walk around looking for opportunities and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if we're looking at like the topic at hand of like reaching 40, I'm not sure if that's like a given. If like once you reach 30, and especially in this weird day and age that all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna start like actual entrepreneuring. Like
The entrepreneur.
I don't think that really. Yeah, the entrepreneur is entrepreneuring. I don't think that it's a given like that. But yeah, career is interesting, and I think at 40 it becomes even more interesting.
Well, I hope
you become a managing director.
I hope I become
at Indomaret
a director soon.
You want to direct something together?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We're directing this, no?
That we are.
Okay. This will be like a yearly podcast, I feel.
I think so. Let's try to make it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sooner?
Yeah, sooner. Like every
fine.
7 months, not 6 months.
Yearly's fine.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
How sustainable are you in like your living and whatnot? Not as in climate or whatever, but just like, do you feel like the stuff that you do, that you're building up, that you're working towards, can you safely say, I'm gonna wake up Monday and it's just business as usual?
No.
Why not?
Because I never know what's coming my way every week. Like, even every day's different. Maybe I would miss a fucking schedule and have to rush from fucking one point of an island to another point of an island. But
yeah, but
I think
generally speaking.
But yeah, generally I always have something going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
so it is sustainable.
Yeah. I think so. If I literally get on my 2 feet, then it's sustainable. I'm always on the go.
Right.
I feel like I guess it's a part of my ADHD. Like, I can't sit still because I have to do something. I have to like fumble on something and and feel like I actually made the most out of my day.
Got you.
But I feel like so far it's pretty sustainable because I feel like having multiple incomes really help.
Yeah, it does.
Again, it's back to financial.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but 30 is kind of like my checkpoint to a lot of like business decisions and financial decisions somehow. And I get to learn something big in a very short time. At the same time, I have to make a big decision at the end.
Yeah. Very
quickly too.
Yeah.
So it's like a high risk type of situation right now in my 30s. If I want to like think, do I want to deal with this type of shit like when I'm 40? I kind of don't. I want to make it like more sustainable.
What is going to be like the checkpoint at 40? Like if 30 is the financial check, what do you check at 40?
I feel because financial it links directly to kind of stability, then I just want bliss. 40. Yeah. But I like the chaos.
Right.
Like I still want to do a lot of shit. I feel like I still have a lot to offer to myself. Yeah. I think.
It's a never-ending story in that sense, right?
True. That's why being a parent is very like weird because you feel like you're not fulfilled with yourself. But I get it. Financially, sustainability. No, okay. At 40, I just wanna know what's going on in my head. I think.
You think you'll find out?
I think I'll fuck around and find out.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Right now, I got 10 years to fuck around and find out by myself, not about like the TikTok thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I like what you just said about, like it's nice if the dust settles, but I like the chaos. I like the edge of it all.
Yeah, because the chaos is like it's just another word for opportunity.
I like the chaos. I like the edge of it all. But at the same time, I believe it's kind of interchangeable with being addicted to struggle. You get what I mean?
Struggle or hustle?
Both.
Okay.
It's a thin line between those two, honestly. I mean, the roller coaster ride that I just tried to describe, it's something that's inherent, but it's not like something that you want to really like look forward to. Like whenever I talk to my friends and stuff who are doing similar things, they're like, the cool thing about this adventure and whatnot is that no day is the same. Yeah, okay, but it could be like a rainy day as well. And that's when when it's not really all that much fun.
Right.
So I don't know, like, again, like it's about reaching, I think, a point of equilibrium where you could safely say, yeah, there's always going to be like this huge looming risk, but at the same time, I like what I'm doing. On top of that, I can live off of it. And I think thirdly, I can, like, the fun, like the everything that I experience all in between, I can make that sustainable. So it's not necessarily just about like the source of income and whatnot, because it's always going to go like this and that, right? But it's about making sure that whatever it is you're doing, that has a huge longevity to it. And that's a difficult thing, I think, where I'm at right now. Do I like video?
Do you make a forecast about like what do you want to do, or where you could take like your things to?
I have no idea.
Feel like,
it is.
Oh wow, I should probably be doing that with my own career,
right.
you know, because I don't. I just rely on my manager to kind of like make sure my Google Calendar is like cute.
You're not a control freak?
No. Again, I don't think it's in my personality to kind of like be like that, and I feel like I need another person to keep me accountable for that.
Right.
I can just like, I don't know. I feel like it's my undiagnosed ADHD talking, because I can't really like keep track of myself or like what I do if there's no like Google Calendar notification from my manager. Yeah. And it's ridiculous. Like.
Yeah. It's nice though. I think a big fallacy is when people say that you have to do. If you want to do things right, you have to do it by yourself, right? That's not true.
No.
Like, you'll always need people by your side
exactly.
to like make your dreams
I
come
hate
true.
that like individualistic view of like actually living.
Yeah, it don't work like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like we're Homo sapiens. Like we need each other. Like we're like social beings. We're fucking Homo, right? Yeah. So to think that we don't need other people or like not want other people to kind of like be involved in our lives is just like total BS, and I fucking hate it, and I love being Indonesian.
Yeah. You mentioned all the way at the beginning that like as you get older, your circle starts to like get smaller, right? You know what? I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine. She just turned 37, and I told her that like I notice that my circle's getting smaller too. What about you? Like you're hitting 40 soon and stuff. She's like, you know what? With me, it's actually the other way around, Oifik. My circle's actually getting bigger.
Oh.
I think, you know, again, like it's all open to interpretation and whatnot, and there's no like set formula when it comes to like your social circle or and like all the different like social impulses that you allow yourself to be vulnerable to. Oh. But I think things could get bigger from here. They could get better, and
I hope.
Yeah, I think so. I'm when all is said and done, I think the beauty of it all lies in the fact that we're all in this together. As lame as it sounds, but you have to explain me that one. I don't get that reference. Okay. Yeah.
It's High School Musical.
I think that's kind of the gist of like the next 10 years for like people hitting 40 at some point, right? Like whatever it is that we're doing, sure, it might seem like we're doing it all by ourselves, but you know, like,
not really.
Yeah, it's a collective mess, and we're all part of it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I remember this one quote, and I think that might be a very good quote to end this on. It's a line from Full Metal Jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes as follows: life can be one big shit sandwich, and we all got to take a bite.
That's kind of true, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of ew, but it's giving.
Do you think my mom's right? Life starts when you're 40?
I think every mom is right. I don't want to go against moms. They're scary, especially like boomer moms.
I think my mom is right. Life starts when you're 40.
I do think your mom is right. I think your mom is always right, and you should totally like listen to what she says.
What happens at 50?
Ask her. She might know.
We'll talk about that in the next podcast. Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you, Oifik.